Hello air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Welcome to ProDivinity 1111. We are going to take a look at love reading. What's coming in love for the month of June for you guys. Now this is a general reading. Take what resonates and forget the rest. If you need a personal reading, you can email me at prodivinity1111@gmail.com. It's in the description box. Alright, so let's get started. What's coming in love? Is it, current relationship, new relationship, singles? If it's somebody new coming in, we're just going to take a look at your energies and theirs. Let's see, what are your expectations in the relationship, or your wants in the relationship? Five of Cups, their wants, the Hierophant, your differences, Eight of Cups, Eight of Cups. Let me just adjust this. Your similarities, Four of Cups. What's in your emotional compatibility? Physical compatibility and mental compatibility. Alright, so there's something going on. I just did the fire reading, and there are quite a few similar cards in different positions, but so just take a look at that if you want to, because I feel there's some similarities, and maybe that reading may have some messages for you as well. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords, which is rest and rejuvenation, relaxing. Ace of Cups, you're feeling full, your heart feeling full with new emotions, and the Four of Wands, which is the happy family home card, right? So I just like to take a look at them. But let's draw a couple Oracle Angel cards. And what's happening? Don't want to play. Spiritual understanding. Oof, deep, deep, deep. Get the Hierophant and the spiritual understanding. And the King of Swords. Yep, and leadership. Alright, these are deep cards. We're gonna talk through what this means. I also want to get a couple romance angels. Let's see who the romance angels want to tell our air signs. Again, this is general. Take what you think applies to you, and then just toss the rest out. For personals, you're gonna have to email me. Wedding and attraction. Of course, there's wedding because right next to the Hierophant card. Maybe you can just close the reading right here. Okay, so let's just look at. I like to look at the angel messages first. So. Spiritual understanding. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Okay, there's a truth card right here. These two are also spiritual truths. And then leadership. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. Okay, so there's a little bit of more than just a romance relationship going on here. That might be your energy or their energy. And then we have the wedding. This involves marriage. Again, read it as commitment, a long-term commitment, whatever that means to you. And then attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So there is this is a very, very, very important card. And again, I'd encourage you to skip the attraction part. That's okay, but if you see, this person here is really enjoying stopping to smell the roses, that's what this is about. The message is you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. This is similar to, when we talk about if you were single, when do you attract the right person in your life is when you fully embrace yourself and love yourself the way you are. So this is kind of similar, is to enjoy the little moments. And I'm saying that because I see a few cards here that kind of would be a reminder to focus on the positive. Okay, so what are your wants in the relationship? And again, this is a card, is Five of Cups, usually is a little bit about disappointment because this person is focused on what they have lost, not necessarily what they have right by them, right? So again, we're not saying that's what you want. When this is in the Wands card, it's kind of reminding and saying, make sure that you do focus on the positive, or your wants in the relationship are that you want the other person to really look at the positive that you have together, what you're going to build together. Really focus on how you can bring out the beauty in that, instead of constantly thinking about the past or the things that didn't happen in the past relationships or past life or whatever the feelings or disappointments are. Kind of you in a relationship that where you and the other person can pivot from that energy and really kind of work towards a positive relationship and beginning, if it's a new beginning. Their wants in the relationship are, is represented by the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the wedding card. It is a spiritual understanding card. It is an institution card. So what this means is, again, don't go expecting them to like propose to you something or something like that right away. No. What this means is they are looking for a commitment in the terms of a solid beginning or of a solid relationship. This is not a fling energy. This is really more of a steady, stable energy, and that's what they expect or want in this relationship. Okay, they don't want this to be a fleeting encounter. In terms of your differences, so I want to kind of, my God, look at all the cups at the bottom, at the base of the reading. Well, this is the differences. This represents the differences, and this is the similarities. Both are cups. 8 and 4. So what can we do? The 8 of Cups is, it kind of represents walking away from something that wasn't fully fulfilling you. So, you know, we know that the 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment, and 10 of Cups is when you have absolutely everything. You're completely contented. It's a happily family card. When you're at the 8 of Cups, it is where on the surface it appears that you have all the good things in life. You have, you know, everything, I would say by textbook, or everything appears picture perfect, but internally you know that is actually not true and you're not fulfilled. And that's when you decide to walk away from the 8 filled cups to go find those 2 cups that are missing. So it's often seen as a very brave endeavor, because you are operating from your inner truth. Your inner truth, that's what you're operating from. So when it says in the differences card, one of you has either come out of something like that. Now again, this could be walking away from a long established relationship or a long established career. Maybe you left the 9-to-5 world and ventured into your own business or something like that. But it's like walking away from something. So one of you has done that, and probably because of that, the other person needs to empathize and understand what that requires, and which could lead, and again, this could be you, this could be the other person. It's important to understand how much courage that takes, but also that it requires a little bit of healing from that, right? So that's in the differences. So, just to be aware of that. If this is you, do talk about some of the complex or heavy energies you may be carrying with you, but also how much pride you may have for walking away from a situation that wasn't working, and vice versa. If this is them, do give them the love and understanding for doing the right thing and really following their heart. In similarities, you have the 4 of Cups. Again, there's a little bit of a sadness energy here in all these 3 cards right here. And that's why the reminder is to really enjoy the moment, really stop to smell the roses. This card represents focusing, kind of on the not so positive, or even just being bored, just being complacent, just being like, I'm just like, whatever, life's going on, la-da-da, it's nothing exciting, nothing boring. It's kind of like, well, boring. This is sort of a bored person. So there's something, and I could, remember we had we had the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is kind of like, an energy of like having given too much away in the past, so you really need to rest and rejuvenate. And I'm kind of like losing my voice, so it feels like you've been trying to speak your truth for so long that you're not kind of tired. Now that you're out of it, you want to kind of relax. And this is what this is too. It's like bored, out of energy. So it's kind of showing up in your similarities. So both of you kind of need to appreciate each other and take it easy a little bit, but trust that, you know, it's the right path forward. Let's look at the compatibilities: emotional, physical, mental. So emotional compatibility, you have the King of Swords. You're very clear. You trust your intuition, both of you. You speak your truth, and this is really, really stable energy. Sometimes the King of Swords can be a little bit too cutting with their words, so just watch for that. But or it could be that one of you is a little sharper with their words than the other. Again, work it out. If that's the other person, you know what how they are, you know, in their heart, how they feel about you, like where do they want to lead this relationship. So either encourage them to change their ways, or if this is you, then soften the blow, right? Deliver the message nicely. But again, this is also a card of intuition and trusting your inner truth. Having this in emotional compatibility means that you do emotionally are really in tune with your reality. For the physical compatibility, this is where I see a little bit of a conflict. So Five of Wands is a bit of a, you know, pick your battles kind of card. So there's some friction. You're probably not on the same page, or the chemistry is not exactly spot on. But I would say if you were to use your words and express yourself properly, this could be knocked out, right? And again, if you focus on the positives, trust your intuition, take the lead on like making things better physically, that would obviously work out, because we have the Hierophant and the Wedding and the Leadership cards. They're all very positive cards in terms of having a very good understanding, but there is some work to be done physically. It is also a reminder to really pick your battles. I mean, does it really matter? The small things, don't fret about the small things. But again, it's also, I know I'm laughing, but it's also funny because that's what happens in marriage. It's common, right? If you're in a long-term relationship, there are going to be some of those moments. So that's okay, as long as you kind of snap out of it and come out of it and not stay in that energy, in that sad energy. In terms of mental compatibility, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is amazing. He is so in tune with his emotions. Like, he trusts, again, this is also intuition again. Cups are emotions, but also intuition. He does trust his intuition very strongly. And sometimes he can have a little bit of a difficulty expressing the emotion properly. So they may get like too emotional all of a sudden. And because it's a masculine energy, it kind of comes out a little bit stronger than they intend to. So, but mentally, you both very well connected and in touch with your emotions. And you know, this is the highest card in terms of king. It's a king. So quite mature. There are two kings here. There are two kings. There is a Hierophant. So there is, I'm sensing it's a very mature energy. Now, it doesn't mean that you are older people. This has got nothing to do with age. This is really both of you kind of, when you're together, there is a good amount of mature energy and understanding together. And probably because of some of the experiences you've gone through in the past, because there are a lot of like heavy emotional cards here. So again, you know, it just calls like you do have spiritual understanding. You do expect a solid relationship together. All you got to do is like really focus on the positive and maintain the attraction and kind of work towards it. So I hope this helps. I know it's general. Email me, ProDivinity1111@gmail.com for a personal reading. And you have a fantastic rest of June. Thank you. Bye.